Retro Maniacs, Retro Army. Woo! We just got out of a nice steamy shower. Boop. I suck at drawing. Boop. Let's try this one maybe. I screwed it up. I screwed up my bat symbol. Oh well. Okay, Retro Army, we're gonna see if there's anything to get into to unbox, but first we need some jug up. Damn lights keep burning out. I'm thinking this place is haunted. I've got the light on my phone for frig's sakes. Ah!
This episode of KRAK IT with Retro Collectibles is sponsored by and in association with the Cowie Diecast Museum, killing the value on collectibles since 2019.
That guy's showing up again. I don't even know who to call about that. Glenn is home. Who do you call about that to complain? I remember guys in jail would call the ombudsman. There was a number and stuff on the wall, and guys would call if their like meal was cold or, well, no, I shouldn't joke about that because some of them did have legit complaints because you can understand back then how they would treat you because nobody would hear about it, right? So you can only imagine what would happen. People would get beat up for mouthing off to guards back then. So, but anyway, I don't know who to call about that, but I have a feeling this guy is going to keep showing up like a weirdo. We're just going to have to deal with him until we figure out what to do. So, anyway, let's get into this. Now, you guys know here at the Cowie Diecast Museum, Retro Collectibles, and the Cowie Diecast Museum, we got the cars to set the bar. And we're always trying to unbox different stuff on the KRAK IT show. This is completely different because I've never even unboxed, like, the vintage race cars are new to me. I've never unboxed something like this. Ron Fellows, I recognize the name. GMP, I recognize the name. Paint Rash, you can frig off before I even open the box. We mean it, Paint Rash, frig off. So we're gonna get into this, and hopefully that guy doesn't show up in any weird spots when we're trying to do our video. Okay guys, let's get at it. Hopefully none of you got stung really bad for the gas, by the way. I tried to warn everybody in my last video and on my social medias that the gas was gonna spike overnight, and oh boy did it ever. I'm glad I filled up. It was high when I filled it up, just under $1.60 a liter here. And that was at my cheap gas station. I didn't go to the reserve. Luckily, I enlisted a local connection. It's actually a funny story. I knew this guy when he was real young. He worked at a place I worked at. I was a lot older than him. I probably sold him weed back in that day, and he's older now, doing well, has a career, but he got a hold of me, and he had, like, a bunch of different strains of killer weed for cheap. And he's 8 minutes away, so I went to see him, and I'm glad I did. Donkey butter, I don't get some of the names of them. Like I said, I just, killer. I'm old school. Killer. Sorry about that, guys. Glenn had body count just blaring on his stereo, and I had to get him to turn it down just because of the copyright stuff in the video. Ugh. I'm still tired. I slept good today and I'm still tired. I was just wondering just now if it's Saturday actually. That's how out of it I am. But I'm glad to be done those shifts. Yeah, they asked me again today if I'd be interested in working the extra hour. I really don't know. Because the circumstances right now, I'm doing a lot of extra stuff that's not my stuff to do. I'll just say that. And I feel if I take on any more, it's not safe, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it unless I'm gonna talk to my supervisor Monday, see if anything changes. Anyway, guys, 1994 AER Ron Fellows. This is by GMP. We're gonna check for the paint rash. It's a 1 of 15 hundo. Mackenzie Mustang Cobra. It is a fox body. We like that kind. Glenn's not really a fox body guy. He likes more of the classic. But I like fox bodies. I'll read you guys what it says on the back just for reference. I don't know anything about this racing stuff, guys, so do not crucify me. I went into the stock room of the museum and grabbed something that's different. That's what I did. The ITT Automotive Detroit Grand Prix has added to the rivalry between Ford Motor Company and General Motors Corporation by launching a perpetual trophy, which, starting with the 1995 race, annually documented the battle for fastest sedan in the Motor City 100 SCCA Trans Am race. The competition is staged at the raceway on Belle Isle Park during the ITT Automotive Detroit Grand Prix. This race, it's got a typo, a capital T and a lowercase t, and then HIS for this. This race embodies the ultimate American automobile showdown, Ford versus Chevrolet. We know that's an old rivalry. The Trans Am Championship entered its 30th year of competition in 1995. Chevy Camaros and Ford Mustangs have been dueling in the Trans Am since the 1960s, when Mark Donohue in a Roger Penske prepared Camaro waged war with the likes of Mustang pilots Jerry Titus and Parnelli Jones. 3 decades later, the battle remains as hot as ever, as evidenced by the fierce competition between the two manufacturers during the 1994 season. Chevrolet Scott Pruitt won the Drivers' Championship, while Ford, thanks in part to Ron Fellows' victory in the Motor City 100, took the manufacturer's title. So they're still head-to-head, sounds like. Now this was made, this is an exact scale model car intended for adult collectors. No. Ron Fellows, blah, 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 handcrafted in China, 1/12 scale, 1500 made, GMP, I'm looking for the year, 2002, I believe. And it's part number 13007. What I like about GMP, guys, is it's easy to look up the stuff on the internet because every car is a part number, and this is part number 13007. So if you type in GMP part number 13007, you'll get this car, and there's only 15 hundo made. Now this is in a different box. You remember the last time we had this box? Maybe the new viewers don't remember this style box. There's different styles of boxes. We open up a lot of GMP cake boxes. That's the majority. But this is a different style. We've had one of these before. With the chrome anniversary Grand National. That was a beautiful piece. It had this box. Because this is GMP and because I'm talking about that beautiful piece, I'm going to put a link in the description because that is gorgeous, guys. And by the way, with all the growth, I'm averaging 80 or 100 subscribers a month. There's a lot of new subscribers that might have missed old videos. There's a ton of good old content. Like I made a hovering DeLorean out of a Jada car. There's tons of good stuff on there, guys. If you look back at my old content, go on a binge, you'll be entertained. The good thing about these boxes, they're pretty easy to handle. Just got the piece that comes up like this. And then it's got that velvety stuff in it. But here's the top of the car. It looks cool. And we just left the car out, so I'm going to be careful. No gloves yet because of that darn shift, Max. But next week I'm on afternoons and we're on a weekend, so I'll get her done. But sometimes I have just enough time to get sleep and I barely get enough sleep. I was like a zombie today after work. But there's how she looks from the top. I gotta hold it in so it doesn't pop out. Now, I'm not usually into racing cars like this, guys, but as I always say, I love details. So it doesn't matter if it's a friggin' airplane. If it looks realistic. Wow. Ooh, that turns beautiful. I like the look of the tires on it. That is really nice. Okay, I'm not going to get too into it myself. I want you guys to see it. Just going to check underneath the brick. Oh yeah, it does have paperwork. The usual GMP that tells you to mail in your suggestions for new models. I maybe open the GMP or two. That's how I know what that is by now. Okay, so I don't know much about this, so I'm going to be very careful nothing flies off the car, like a hood. And I don't know that anything opens. I think we take the body off maybe, but we're going to have a look. I'll look it up before it goes to the look-see set. Any doors open? Doors don't open. So yeah, this is...
Probably not, because most race cars like that don't.
Yeah, they're fiberglass body, yeah.
Through the windows and...
That's how inexperienced I am with these cars, guys. So I'm going to show you from the bottom. I like the way they put the number on the bottom, Glenn. It's nice and clear. Number 1042 out of 1500. That's not a bad number. Glenn is usually very lucky with getting low numbers. This is a fluke for him. He usually lucks out with the low numbers. I get lucky with hunting stuff and stuff like that. He gets lucky with low number stuff. He's got some, like even his green light bullet, the one bullet car, it's like 141 or whatever it is. But look at these wheels, guys. Like, that's gorgeous. The detail. And we know GMP. It's got all the, I don't know if there's much to show you here. I think I'm going to have to see if maybe the body comes off it and we show you it that way. That's why I'm holding it very careful to make sure the bottom doesn't like fall out. But we'll put it up on the look-see set on the turntable, get a real good look at it. Definitely a Fox body though. I like that. I would love a 5.0 this year. If I won the lottery, guys, you would see me in a 5.0 as part of my stable. Here's a look inside. I'm confused, guys, because usually I can open doors and stuff to show you, but there's not much to see down here. We're going to have to go to look-see set.
Yeah, it's got a Ford license plate in the front and the back.
Yeah, the Ford license plate. It's got this cool, you fill up the gas, I think, right through the window, Glenn. I think that's what that is.
I was looking at that a minute ago.
That looks like it's what it is, Glenn. Yeah, it looks like that's where you fill your gas up, right here. Okay, so we're going to go up to the look-see set. Doesn't have an opening trunk, but at this point, like Glenn said, this is a fiberglass body. Like I'm tired, you can tell, if I'm looking for opening doors on this, because it's, yeah. Redline Oil, Goodyear. It's got all legit sponsors from the period. So yeah, let's go have a look at this Some B. Retro needs to do his research. Well, guys, I did do his research. Holy crap. That Ron Fellows guy, I said to Glenn, I recognize his name, but I could have swore he's associated with Corvettes. Like I see Corvettes around signed by Ron Fellows. He drove for everybody like he was a professional driver. The thing that stuck out in my mind, Dale Earnhardt signed him to drive on the Earnhardt team, whatever it's called. And then Earnhardt got killed. Like he got signed to the Earnhardt company, team, whatever. And then Earnhardt died and it squished the deal. Wow. But this guy's had quite a life, this Ron Fellows. If you're into racing, you know who he is. But if you don't know who he is, look him up. He's got quite the interesting resume on Wikipedia. I'm going to add some light to this, guys. Light it up a bit here. Actually, give me 1 second. Here we go. Now we're gonna really give it its time in court. I'm gonna see if the body comes off. If it doesn't, we're gonna have a better look at the inside anyway. Definitely tell it's a Fox body. It's a more modern one, but I still love it. And it looks slick for a car. Man, is that low. Got great details too of what you could see. Anyway, I like that gas cap sticking out. The tires, they did a bang up job. Now, I'm not going to grade this one, guys, because I just don't know enough about these. Like, I don't know enough about the car. I don't know enough. Like, I Googled Ron Fellows and stuff, but he has driven so many different cars. I didn't even see a picture of this car. I know he drove for the AER team. Just trying to zoom in the best I can there, but this guy has had quite the career. Okay guys, the body doesn't come off the little sumbitch so we can see the inside better, so it is what it is. But I'm going to give you guys a good go around of the outside since it is the Retro Collectibles look-see set. What you can see though, they did a bang up job on the details, all the livery, even Bosch. And it looks to be true scale. I tell you one thing, it's going to take some nice still pictures. I'm not really into racing at all like this. I like the vintage racing, the cars that we've been opening, more than this. I'm not into this at all. But for what this is, detail-wise, it's gorgeous. And it looks good the way it just sits there. Last peek at the butt. There you have it, guys. Beautiful the way she just sits there. So there you have it, guys. That was the Ron Fellows Mustang by GMP. And GMP, and we did not even check for paint rash, Glenn. Can you believe that? And this is something you're not gonna believe. And if, oh wait, I spoke, yeah, it's got paint rash. I spoke too soon. It's got very little, Glenn. Like, you got to look at it at an angle in the light. I don't even know if these guys will pick it up. Oh, yeah, you can see it right here where I'm aiming the light at. See it? But, yeah, you have to really aim it, so it's not bad, Glenn. But, yeah, it's... I was going to say unbelievable. It doesn't have paint rash. It's got beautiful paint. Still got beautiful paint. It's not that bad. But I'm going to say this, guys. This is something different, okay? I know that these race cars are not for everybody. And quite frankly, they're not for me. The reason I did this is it's to show the quality of it, the detail of it, which I love. They did a bang-up job with that. But I try to show different things because everybody likes different stuff, okay? I don't want to just show what I like, because if I do that, then other people are left in the dark. Like, I've showed cars like the Shelby Cobra. I'm straight up not a fan of that car, but I know a lot of you guys are. That being said, not everybody is going to like every car that I do, okay? And I understand that. So just realize that the reason I'm doing different cars like this is so that people that like that type of car gets to check it out, so that everybody gets a go around on the Retro Collectibles KRAK IT show. Before I go, guys, I'm going to try to put together a live tomorrow night. Glenn's going to have a little holiday out of town. He's leaving Sunday. I'm going to be here the entire time. It depends on the time tomorrow, because he's going to be leaving very early Sunday morning. So I don't want to interfere with his sleep or anything like that. We're going to try to do a live at some time tomorrow if we can. Okay? If we can't, I'm thinking either Sunday night, we'll do the draw Sunday sometime and then do live Sunday night, or we'll do the live next Saturday. But we're definitely going to be doing lives on Saturday. We just might not do it tomorrow, but I'm going to try to do it tomorrow because it went over well. I had somebody message me asking me when the 1000 giveaway draw was. So this is the reason why I'm talking about this every video. I don't want to drive you guys nuts, but I just want transparency. What happened was I was supposed to do the draw. I know most of you guys have heard this, but it's for those that didn't hear it. I was supposed to do the draw. I went to my friend's house. We got on her computer and she says, Neil, there's a problem. You have over 1,000 subscribers. It tells you have over 1,000. You can only see the info and names on 164 of them because the rest have it privatized. So in order to be in the draw this Sunday, the draw is going to be this Sunday, you need to be unprivatized. That way I could get your name, because I need to copy and paste my subscriber list and put it into the randomizer. So I need to be able to see your name to do that. And even if you unblock it, like if it's a privacy thing, I'm thinking most of you didn't even know, because I'm getting messages from people asking me how to unblock it. And that's another thing. Before the draw happens, I'm just not going to do the draw and say everybody's beat. I'm going to try to research how to unblock it for those that don't know. And I'm going to post it on the community wall, you know, where I post updates on the wall. I'm going to post it there. And I might even do a video explaining it. That's how far I'm going to go with it, because I don't want you guys to miss out. And that's why I didn't just say, screw it, put the 164. Because it doesn't make a difference to me if there's 164 names or 5,000 names. I'm still giving away the same thing. I'm trying to be fair because I believe most people don't know about that thing. I think what happened was they changed the settings at some point. You know how they do that? They send you the little agreement in your email and say, we changed this or that. I think they changed that and we didn't realize. But it's all good because we got time to do it. And like I said, if you would prefer to be private right after the draw, boom! Boom! Private. Sorry, Glenn. But yeah. So anyway, guys, there you have it. Ron Fellows Mustang. Thank you guys for all the love and support. The subscribers is crazy. I told Glenn the other night we got 1,045. He says, wow. And then 20 minutes later, we had 1,050. Or yesterday, we had 1,000 whatever. Now we're at 1,060. That's insane to me. We hit 1,000 April 2nd, guys. We're at 1,060. Retro Collectibles, that's nuts. And we're all in it together. Just think about it. If they start paying me, which they should be soon, because I'm almost at 4,000 public watch hours. I have only 300 hours to go. Think of what we'll do. Think of the stuff we'll be buying, because what they're paying me, I'll put it back into the channel. You know that, because I love this stuff. That's where I'm lucky, because I'm doing something I love. So putting the money back into the channel for diecast cars to open, bummer, I don't want to do that. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I'm going to see you tomorrow one way or the other. Whether it's for a live or whether it's to post how to unprivatize or whatever. Please sucker punch the like button for me. Pretty quick still. Just kidding. Please subscribe and share, guys. And as always, love from the Diecast Museum. Happy hunting.